who can play without a true centre forward.
Now then, Asensio, Rodrigo and Vinicius Junior in support, as well as Vasquez on the far side. He was shepherded and defended very well indeed by the youngster Alejandro Balde, just 18 years of age, the Barcelona academy product.
Yeah, coming back to it, Callum, I think we need to see more from Rodrigo, more from Vinicius Junior, and of course Asensio is now on as well. I also think the fullbacks need to provide a little more impetus. Obviously Vasquez down the right and Mendy now down the left-hand side.
Lovely angled ball from Toni Kroos. Now there's the German again. This is Junior trying to play on the edge, and he wins Real Madrid a free kick in dangerous territory.
Well, and of course, if you're not able to create things from open play, you then want to rely on your set pieces, especially when you have players with the ability of Toni Kroos standing over the ball. The free kick's no more than 22, 23 yards out.
Well, one would assume the angle presents an opportunity here for Toni Kroos. It will be close and over.
Well, and of course, to be reliant on a set piece, there needs to be good delivery. And good delivery it is not.
At the other end of the field, Thibaut Courtois forced to the cusp of his penalty area. And into uncharted territory, clash in midfield, and immediately the referee blows the whistle. Now, despite the protest from several Real Madrid players who wanted to continue the play, the opposing view will be this was the sensible thing to do.
Absolutely, I totally see what the referee is doing here. He thought that it was a serious injury. It's a pre-season friendly. He wants to protect the players. But ultimately, it's also a game of football. And of course, the Real Madrid players don't really care that Luka Modric is on the field a little bit injured or laying down on the turf. They wanted play to continue. I feel a little bit sorry for the referee here. You know exactly what he's trying to do. Protect the players in pre-season. I think he's admitting it there as well to the Real Madrid players. And that's good refereeing, so you can just see it in the body language, the way with which he's just apologising, he's saying sorry. Look, in hindsight, he would have let play go on. And here it is, that challenge. It is the coming together from two players. It could have been nasty.
Two wily veterans in Busquets and Modric. Never going to put out of a challenge, particularly in a game of this magnitude. Pre-season or not. Modric was gliding through the channels in midfield. There's Asensio in the bright boots. And now Nacho. Mendy. Another player newly introduced at half-time for Real Madrid. Thibaut Courtois happy to play out of the back. Here's Asensio. Finding support in the shape of Modric. And still unable to find a way through. Once again, Courtois forced to the edge of his penalty area into an uncomfortable situation for any goalkeeper.
Yeah, I talked in the first half about starting positions of goalkeepers, and Courtois there. Starting 17, 18 yards out, always there just to sweep up. That's what the modern-day goalkeeper does. Maybe Manuel Neuer started it. That archetypal sweeper keeper, the ability to come out of your area, obviously play with your feet, sometimes play with your chest or your head, and Courtois has it in absolute swathes. For me, it's interesting to see as well in this second half. Vasquez has been able to get forward a lot more already, the right back of Real Madrid, because Luka Modric has come in and he's quite happy just to tuck in behind him and almost play as an auxiliary fullback.
Well, If you may be wondering, in terms of exhibitions and friendly games, Barcelona triumphant in 19 of the 33 friendly matches between these two in various different countries across the world. Both finished, of course, in the top two in La Liga last season, or were joined in the Champions League by Atletico Madrid and Sevilla this year. Here's Militao. Barcelona, of course, will find some comfort knowing that they thumped Real Madrid in the last competitive meeting, beating them by 4-0 back in March. So another look of concern from Carlo Ancelotti. Clearly much to digest, and perhaps even more to expect in the next 33 minutes or so from his side, who are trailing courtesy of a Rafinha wonder goal. And here's Thibaut Courtois to start Real Madrid again. Casemiro, elegant Brazilian, has his heels clipped. Well then, Real Madrid perhaps a little too comfortable, maybe even slightly naive. They do find a way through, as they always seem to do. Here's Mendy. Toni Kroos. Luka Modric. Ends up here for Rodrigo. Asensio, Vasquez, Asensio! Glorious build-up that frankly deserved a better finish.
It purely did. You have to be hitting the target there if you're Asensio. And the interchange of play here between Modric and Casemiro. And then as the ball is cut back from Vasquez, he has to hit the target, bare minimum. Asensio has to hit the target. He has to force Ter Stegen into making a save. I said about it, the fullbacks are going to get higher up the field, and Vasquez did.
Vinicius Junior looking for Modric, clipped away for the time being. Mendy battling with his fellow countryman Ousmane Dembele, both French internationals, of course. Militao. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang playing the role of senior pest as the Barcelona centre-forward. Here's Nacho. Luka Modric. Angle ball forward as well, read by Araujo from Barcelona.
Yeah, defensively, Araujo's been pretty impressive. His reading of the game's been exemplary. Certainly at times his one-on-one defending has been very good there. Nothing more than cutting out a ball through, but it still needed to be done.
De Jong. And a miscue from the youngster, Balder on the far side. Raises the arm in apologetic fashion. So it does seem as though there is going to be another Real Madrid change. Militao, the player departing. Jesus Vallejo, the player coming in for Real Madrid. Of course, a player that joined back in 2015. ex-Real Zaragoza. Loan spells at Eintracht Frankfurt and Granada and Wolverhampton Wanderers in the Premier League as well. And he will be just a singular change for Real Madrid as you can see the likes of Memphis Depay looking to into the game. Neto, the goalkeeper, trying to replace Ter Stegen, who's had another good night's business. Nico Gonzalez, Gerard Piqué, Memphis Depay, all coming in for Barcelona. Courtois forced to clear the ball away. And here's a first touch for Gerard Piqué. He seems to be an unpopular individual in Las Vegas. Casemiro into Asensio. Luka Modric taking charge of the situation. Nacho. Gonzalez. Here's Dembele. Roberto, Guest, and scrambled away by Real Madrid. Now then, they're coming together right on the cusp of the penalty area. The referee has given out a yellow card. And indeed, this will be another opportunity for Barcelona and maybe Memphis Depay.
Yeah, there will be. And hopefully there's a hospital nearby, because Toni Kroos just gave Vasquez the worst hospital ball in the world. He's just lobbed the ball up about 50 yards in the air towards Vasquez on the edge of the penalty area. Yes, it's not the greatest of controls by Vasquez, the right back. And then he's forced just to almost rugby tackle Depay to the ground. The initial contact, of course, just outside the area. Correct decision by the referee. Yellow card and free kick, no penalty.
So then, Depay have his moment. He goes to the cusp and Belder via a deflection behind for a Barcelona corner. Decent ball played in and away.
It's a great ball whipped in here from Depay into that near post area. Sergio Roberto flings himself at it, almost ducks out of it in the end. Thinks there's going to be a little bit of a coming together between he and the Real Madrid defenders, takes his eye off the ball hits the back of his head and just goes over the crossbar. But a terrific delivery from Depay. Exactly what you want from your corner taker.
So just to recap those changes for Barcelona, Iñaki Peña, the goalkeeper, coming in. Of course, we've already seen Gerard Piqué touch the ball on several occasions. Sergio Roberto, one of the new players introduced as well. As Modric looks to clean up for Real Madrid. Set up here nicely. Here's Dembele. Gonzalez into Balde. Unable to force a way through. And Real Madrid keep Barcelona at bay.
Well, poor old Gerard Piqué never really realised that the X had such a big following in Las Vegas.
Here's Roberto. Dembele. Can Barcelona find a second? Here's the American, Serginho Dest. Sure, he has a few fans in the building this evening. The United States men's national team player. Not this particular moment, though. He won't be too fond of that. Not his finest moment, Matt.
No, it's not. Goes with a little Cruyff or just tries to do a little backward flick. Didn't quite come off, but we do know what we're going to get from Serginho Dest. Is somebody who's going to push on from that right full-back position. Two-footed, equally happy to get to the byline and cross the ball or cut inside onto the left.
Real Madrid at the other end. Here's Modric. He's a delightful ball into it. Chest of Vinicius Junior, who was unable to keep the ball in play. Quiet night for the attacking player of Real Madrid. Second highest goal scorer for Real Madrid last season, of course, with 17 in La Liga, 21 in all competitions. Of course, scored the winning goal against Liverpool in the Champions League final.
FB88, nhà cái uy tín hàng đầu hiện nay, nhà tài trợ cho câu lạc bộ Men 05. Nạp tiền rút tiền cực nhanh chỉ trong 5 phút. Khuyến mãi đến 2 triệu đồng cho thành viên mới. Hỗ trợ cho tất cả thành viên 24/7, kể cả ngày nghỉ và lễ Tết. Hãy truy cập ngay vào link ở kênh chat để được hưởng toàn bộ sự ưu đãi của FB88.
For Real Madrid to have that transition through defence into midfield and then up front. For Barcelona, it's much easier. Aubameyang's willing to shot and receive the ball, and Depay's coming in from the left-hand side as well at times.
Asensio taking over. Read by De Jong. He was able to evade Asensio in the process. Still challenge from Vallejo. Here come Barcelona looking for a second. Angle against Depay. And there's too much behind the ball and the pass.
Immediately held his head in his hands, didn't he, Frankie de Jong? It was a simple pass into the path of Depay, totally unopposed, but overhit it by a number of yards.
So Alvaro Odriozola coming in, as well as Mariano, long-time centre-forward at Real Madrid. Dani Ceballos, the former Arsenal loanee, also entering the fray for Real Madrid.
Well, just as I was bemoaning the lack of a centre-forward for Real Madrid, what they do have now is a centre-forward in Mariano, the 28-year-old. Been at the club for a number of years, but really struggled to force his way into the team. Only 7 goals in La Liga for Mariano.
It's an interesting story with Mariano. As I mentioned, 6 goals in 4 La Liga seasons with Real Madrid. 27 goals for the B team, caught the attention of Lyon. 18 goals in the 17-18 campaign was enough for Real Madrid to buy him back. Here's Modric. And Balder. Into Piqué. And Serginho Dest. Roberto. Sergio Roberto. Opened up here. Kessie! Stern, smart and strong from Thibaut Courtois.
It's a lovely build-up here. And a great ball through from Sergio Roberto. And Courtois has read that like a book. He's already gone down before Kessie has struck it.
Ceballos. Asensio. Mariano. Got a toe to it.
Yeah, but a lovely little bump from Frenkie de Jong. Just as he was about to control the ball here, you see him come in and just a little nudge into the back of Mariano. Terrific defending from Frenkie de Jong.
Here's Gonzalez. Another academy product from Barcelona. Pestered and has his pocket picked. Here's Mariano. Instantly dealt with by the combination of Gonzalez and Dest. But here come Real Madrid again. Casemiro. Still they have to find a way through. Appeals for a penalty. Referee has no interest. Dest finding Dembele. And Peña now to resume for Barcelona. On the way from your monitor, Franck Kessie has been booked for this.
Here it is. A great tackle on the edge of the penalty area from Nico Gonzalez, and he takes a little foot just in the face. Looked like from Dani Ceballos.
There have been one or two choice words from Kessie as well. Either way, he goes into the book.
And even with all the changes in personnel, it's still incredibly lively here. Luka Modric just gets caught offside. So he won't be particularly happy with that.
Our coverage of the Soccer Champions Tour 2022 continues on Tuesday when FC Barcelona meets Juventus at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. That's a 7:30 Central Time kickoff. Action continues just several hours later in San Francisco as Real Madrid meets Club America. And then next Saturday, Real Madrid will play Juventus at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. That's a 7 p.m. Pacific kickoff. Here come Barcelona. No foul given. Well, eventually, after further thought, the referee changes his mind. Depay, the player taken down. Thus meaning an opportunity here for Barcelona.
Just has to be a little bit careful here, the referee. The game's starting to get out of hand slightly. There's been a number of fouls, and this is wildly off the ball. A little bit of a punch thrown there, maybe, from Casemiro. Not the greatest of punches, of course, but the intent was there from Casemiro.
Pies ball in. Back across goal from Piqué. And smothered by the goalkeeper, Courtois. Sergio Dest just running the ball out of play. Mariano wanted to continue on. So the man has the second half thus far panned out in the manner in which you expected it to?
Yeah, I think so. It's been a little bit disjointed. It hasn't been as jam-packed full of quality as the first half was, but I think you would expect that with the plethora of substitutions we've had so far. There's no way it can be as cohesive as it was in the first half, because not only did we see so many substitutions at half-time, we've also seen the second half as a whole littered with them.
Belder's ball in. Takes a deflection, and Ferland Mendy to the rescue for Real Madrid. Now then, there are half-hearted appeals for a handball. No VAR here in this tournament, and the referee has continued to play on. Here's Dest. Dembele. Pocket picked by Toni Kroos. Asensio carrying it forward here for Mariano. Perhaps an opening here for Real Madrid. Mariano gets the half a yard he needs. Hoisted into the Las Vegas sky. Piqué cushioning it forward as well. Gonzalez doing the rest. Dani Ceballos, ex-Real Betis man, back from a 2-year loan stint at Arsenal last season, of course. Toni Kroos, lovely cross-field pass. Cleverly done on the far side by Depay. Real Madrid with immediacy back in possession. Modric. Perhaps an opening here for them. Peña equal to it.
Here we see Odriozola just get into the byline, but the cross isn't quite good enough. And this is that handball. It's as clear as day to me. And from the aforementioned Odriozola as well, he got at the other end to the byline. But here, the stray arm behind him. If there was VAR on show here today, VAR being implemented, that would have been a penalty kick, Callum. That is for certain. Absolutely stonewall penalty. No wonder the Barcelona bench below us went absolutely apoplectic with the fourth official. They saw it, they knew it.
Ceballos. Mariano lets it run. Here's Belder. And a miscue from the youngster. He and Aubameyang not on the same wavelength, much to the relief of Thibaut Courtois.
Yeah, and that phrase there, not on the same wavelength. I don't think we should be too surprised by that again, with the number of changes in substitutions, or in personnel rather. Fully 2 new 11s on show here, just about. I think Courtois is one of the only players to still be out there who began the game.
Thibaut Courtois, the only player yet to be substituted by Real Madrid. Attention now towards the other end. Odriozola into Casemiro. And Toni Kroos. Asensio forced wide into Ferland Mendy. Formerly of Lyon and Le Havre, of course. Of course, during his spell at Le Havre, he worked under Bob Bradley, the now Toronto FC head coach. Worth noting as well, whilst we're on the subject of Major League Soccer, Gareth Bale was on the score sheet today for LAFC. Big season ahead for him with the World Cup at the end of the calendar year.
Well, we've seen a number of players coming into MLS who are going to have a really positive effect on the league. The likes of Insigne, of course, at TFC, Bernardeschi as well, and Gareth Bale, of course. I would have thought this will be the first of many goals for the Welshman, if he stays fit, of course.
In the meantime, Toni Kroos, who is the recipient of a rather abrasive challenge. Sensio unable to find a way through, but Ceballos keeping the move alive here for Real Madrid. Philo Mendy. Casemiro. Teed himself up nicely, thought about it for a moment, didn't he? And now Luka Modric to pick up the scraps. And Toni Kroos to continue to dictate.
Yeah, Toni Kroos, he is dictating. I expected Luka Modric to dictate more, but Luka Modric keeps finding himself over on the right-hand side, whether playing as an auxiliary right fullback or whether playing as a right midfielder. I'd like to see him a little bit more central and him and Kroos linking up. We haven't seen enough of that.
De Jong comfortable under pressure. Although the pressure too much to handle. Here come Real Madrid. Miscue from Ceballos. And a misplaced pass from Toni Kroos. He very well leads. Dembele in here. Nacho doing very well to read the situation.
Yeah, and as a centre-half, you don't want to come back out of that centre-half position and be playing as a full-back. Nacho ended up fronting Dembele, being one-on-one with him. You really sometimes do not want that as a centre-half. Nacho was quite happy with it, though. Really good one-on-one defending from the left-sided centre-half of Real Madrid.
It does feel, Matt, as if the game is there for the taking. Both have had a litany of openings in the second half.
Yeah, but what we mustn't forget as well, though, is Real Madrid, certainly according to the statistics below me, they still haven't had a shot on target. Still hasn't been forced into a save, Ter Stegen. Yes, he's gathered in from a number of cross-field opportunities, but from crosses either from outside the penalty area, a couple from the byline, but it's been a really comfortable night for him.
Just the single solitary goal from Rafinha of Barcelona, the difference so far for those of you once again joining us late. If you are joining us late, where on earth have you been? Nacho with a clever step. Ceballos now into Luka Modric. 36 years of age now, the Croatian. This is his 11th season at Real Madrid. Kroos. Vallejo. So with just over 5 minutes remaining, Matt Lawrence, what would be the message from Carlo Ancelotti?
Oh, the message from Carlo Ancelotti is let's not worry about the scoreline, that's for sure. If we're talking about specifically this game, it's readily apparent how much they miss Karim Benzema, that's for certain. Whether it's Benzema, whether they dip into the transfer market and buy another centre-forward, you wouldn't have thought they need one with Benzema here, but they miss him.
Lovely touching by Dest. And now it's Dembele! Really should have been two for Barcelona. Courtois on top of things for Real Madrid.
Well, if he isn't the world's best, he's certainly right up there, Courtois. And we see why. Dembele runs off Mendy. It's a lovely ball into him. It's a nicely weighted pass from Kessie. And he fires on target, but Courtois stands up big and tall. Great save.
And Courtois able to gather in mid-flight after Barcelona went short from the corner.
Well, Dembele should have been scoring there. He goes with power, of course, but Courtois doesn't commit and just makes himself very big at that near post area. It was a good save, but a comfortable one for Courtois.
Ceballos winning the ball back for Real Madrid, and immediately the referee blowing the whistle.
Here is that strike from Dembele. He doesn't go with finesse, he goes with power. It makes it a lot easier for Courtois. Strikes it with the laces. For me, needs to pick up spot. Needs to go across the goalkeeper. The goalie then, Courtois, either will offer up a rebound or the ball nestles in the far corner. He goes for the harder option, power on the near post.
And one in mid-flight by Nacho once more. He's turned this time, and now Barcelona with a real opening, 4 against 3. Dembele, fabulous save, Depay, can't play the ball across goal. Once again, Barcelona kept at bay by Thibaut Courtois. Toni Kroos. Do Real Madrid have a response up their sleeve? With the clock counting
Hiệp đấu đã
down
bắt
in
đầu.
Las Vegas.
Anh em hãy nhanh tay truy cập ngay fb88cup.com để đặt cược kèo chấp tài xỉu tỷ số cho trận đấu này. FB88, nhà cái uy tín hàng đầu hiện nay, nhà tài trợ cho câu lạc bộ Men 05. Nạp tiền rút tiền cực nhanh chỉ trong 5 phút. Khuyến mãi đến 2 triệu đồng cho thành viên mới. Hỗ trợ cho tất cả thành viên 24/7, kể cả ngày nghỉ và lễ Tết. Hãy truy cập ngay vào link ở thanh chat để được hưởng toàn bộ những sự ưu đãi từ FB88. Hiệp đấu đã bắt đầu. Anh em hãy nhanh tay truy cập ngay fb88cup.com để đặt cược kèo chấp tài xỉu tỷ số cho trận đấu này. FB88, nhà cái uy tín hàng đầu hiện nay, nhà tài trợ cho câu lạc bộ Men 05. Nạp tiền rút tiền cực nhanh chỉ trong 5 phút. Khuyến mãi đến 2 triệu đồng cho thành viên mới. Hỗ trợ cho tất cả thành viên 24/7, kể cả ngày nghỉ và lễ Tết. Hãy truy cập ngay vào link ở thanh chat để được hưởng toàn bộ những sự ưu đãi từ FB88.
We're hearing there's going to be 2 minutes of stoppage time. Vallejo. So just over 3 minutes for Real Madrid to find something, or for Barcelona to hold on. Mendy. Modric. Cleverly done by Real Madrid. Asensio's ball across. Mariano with the goal gaping.
Still to register that first shot on target, Real Madrid. The chances are there, the chances have been coming, especially in this second half. Delightful cross from Asensio. And Mariano gets across the face of Piqué. Piqué is caught napping. Mariano, bare minimum, needs to hit the target there. Needs to force Ter Stegen into a save. Where's Karim Benzema when you need him?
It's a finish very representative of pre-season. So Barcelona have a second up their sleeve. Here's Aubameyang. Dembele towards the cusp of goals. Memphis Depay. Really good block. Vallejo doing enough. Here's Dest. Inviting ball in, away by the head of Nacho this time. Real Madrid can't get out. And Dest forcing Courtois into yet another sensational save.
We've seen Serginho Dest at his best in the last few seconds. Crossing from the byline with the right, now shooting with the left. Fully from 22 yards out, a nice height for the goalkeeper. He just waves on his way, does Courtois. But that's what you get from Serginho Dest, the two-footed fullback. A A true two-footed player, not enough of them in the world game.
Here's Depay. Another inviting ball flashes across goal. Sits up there for Dembele. Behind for a corner.
Well, the chances they keep on are coming for Barcelona. And they'll keep taking the corners as well as the seconds tick by.
Litany of Barcelona players awaiting the service. Depay goes short for Dembele. Still a slew of options for Barcelona. Depay. Kissy. Well blocked. Another cry for a hand. Referee says no. And now Real Madrid can break. Here's Asensio. The bodies fly forward for Real Madrid. Asensio's ball in. Easily dealt with by Gonzalez. And there goes the final whistle.